Welcome to Colors in Motion, and if you are new here, do subscribe my channel. And today we'll learn how we can create this image mm, from some stock images. Basically, we'll composite this image from stock images. So let's get started. Now we will try to create this particular image using these stock images. So this images only. So as you can see, I have three images. Let me just quickly transform it. So that's a brick texture, that's a boy sitting on his book stack, and this cool little landscape. So just for note or just for information that I have using the stock images, I've downloaded these all images from Google Images. So each and every credit goes to them. So just me. Alright, so you can see that I have already created the images and you can see the layers. So let me just break down my workflow. So what I'll do, I'll start from the bottom layer, that is my cityscape. So that is that, and I've just added my cityscape on the very back of the image as my background, and then I have imported or just positioned this wall texture, not this, sorry, this one, and I have transformed this one with the help of transform tool. Press Ctrl 3 to bring up your transform tool. So, and I'm just I've squeezed it in horizontal in a particular angle, and I've got this kind of wall looking thing, like you can see this one and that one. Yes, and it's look like a wall with some dimension on it. As we are working on our 2D space, we can't define each and every 3D structure with the 2D thing. So let me just rename this wall and wall. Wow. And this is shadow. So then what I did, I added my little model here, my little friend, and I've done some adjustment over there. So I'll show you how I created this. Just let me go to my stock image, and I'm just bringing up my model to the top, so like that. Go over to select and select color, and I'm just picking the white color, and I'm just picking OK, so that you can see that there is a nice selection going on. Just put on a layer mask and invert the mask. And now what I'll do, I'll try to get rid of this thing. So I'll just double click on the layer mask and go to the panel, layer panel, and then I'll move around the sliders, and we'll try to remove the white part of this from image. So as you can see, now just stamp this in a single layer, add one more layer mask, and with a brush, a soft brush, just erase out the white parts. And one thing that I'm not very much concerned about the leg part of this image, because this will be hidden by the wall texture. So just raise it out, slow and steady. That's that. Erasing done perfectly. But I am concerned about that back portion and the leg part. So what I'll do, I'll just grab my pen tool and we'll make a quick selection or quick drawing around his back portion and his leg portion, and just quickly make a selection and remove that part. And now just select the main layer, main model layer, and select stamp tool, clone stamp tool by pressing S, and just clone and try to stamp the part out. Okay, and wow, I was stamping on the layer mask, so just quickly undo this and select the main layer, and then just stamp this out, this white part. Just try to match the rest of the image like this, slow and steady, easy. I know there is some replication going on, but that won't be a problem as we are going to add some shadows and adjustments there, so that would be fine. And then I'll place this like that, and obviously I'll just transform it a bit. And before doing that, you can see some haloing and some bright light is going on. So what I'll do, I'll just go to my layer style and will add an inner shadow with low value and everything like that, so that it can get a bit of darkness. And the reason of doing this is I just want to blend this with my environment. That's why I'm doing that. Just to put it like that. And you can see there is some white lines going on, so just select a medium hard brush and apply a layer mask, and just paint the white parts with a black brush. And as you know, for layer masks, white shows everything and black hides everything, so that's why we are painting with black, not with white. So that's that. And what we'll do later, we will add some sharpening so that this smooth or soft edges are gone. So just go to filter and then sharpen and then unsharp mask, and with a high amount just add something and add some sharpening. And you can see if I undo and redo this, you can see the effect. I can see the sharpening going on all over our little friend. And one more thing, before applying a raw adjustment or a direct adjustment to any kind of file, just make sure you are converting it in a smart object, as you can revert back that smart object or that settings later. So that's why I've done that. I've made it smart object. I've dropped down the light a bit, quite a bit, and I've pushed some blues on my model, and I've pushed some yellowish tone or something like that on my highlights. So, and you can see that I'm crushing the highlights quite a bit. So that's that. Alright, that's looking good right there. But okay. And basically that is it with our model. And you can always add some level adjustments or add some brightness, contrast, anything to match up with the environment. So what we'll do next, we'll resize this and we'll try to put this on the wall. So what I'll do, I'll just turn on my previous layer and previous model, the master one, the main layer. Just rename this. You can see from that I've masked out the legs, and then I've just adjusted my model on that wall. And now what I'll do, I'll add some shadow in it. Alright, that's not the layer, I guess. Nope, that's not the layer. Nope, not that. Alright, so I've completely forgot to add a shadow. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly add one more layer just beneath or just below our model, and with a medium size brush, low on flow, and we'll just paint some black underneath it, so like that. This shadow is looking horrible. As you can see, my hardness was pushed out, so make sure that your hardness is low, or just use a soft brush. Wow, this shadow is looking horrible. I'm just going to undo this fast, and we'll add some subtle amount of shadow like that as well. Yes, that will work. That's it. That's enough. Drop opacity, drop flow, add some blurring, filter, person blur, add some blurring, like something like that. Okay, that's okay. So that's our shadow in. That's good. That's okay. Next thing is blurring our background areas. Not actually blurring, just adjusting our background. So no, I've adjusted the walls before, so I will just show you how to adjust the walls, the colors of the walls, or the ambience of the walls. So what I did, I dropped down the real amount of light. So that's that, black. Next I've decreased saturation, and then I've added some blues and a hunch of purple and some cyans there. That's that. Turn on, and you can see the thing. And then I've added some gradient, black to blue to light blue to lightest blue, and that's that there. Blend mode is soft light, opacity and feel is not at 100, so shuffle it according to your taste, and then we can concentrate on our background. So let's blur this. Wow, that's too much blue. And as you can see, I've added an adjustment here, color balance. I've pushed cyans, pushed magenta a bit, and pushed blue, as I always do. Pushing blue is my hobby. Whatever, jokes apart, but yes, blue is the color of night and yellow is the color of day. So as we are making a night scene, sorry, we are just pushing some blue scene. That's looking good. And next what I'll do, let me turn up the curve. Okay, so nope, jump on the blur gallery, and blah 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 blah. Okay. Alright, so I'm using tilt shift blur. So go to filter, blur gallery, and you can get tilt shift from there. The option is not popping out, but it is there. So whatever, that's the setting, and that is the range actually of my blur. And let me just quickly push out the distortion block. Look at this, the lights are coming out from the building, and this is looking real good. I love this. I'm loving this one. This is good to me. So I'm done with this settings and hit OK. And that's that. That's looking good over there. Let me turn on my curve, and I've just increased some highlights there. And here I've done some adjustment with colors, and you can see there is some greenish yellowish color going on the bottom of the building. I've put this color intentionally because, as you know, the street lights are always yellow, so there is a high possibility of reflecting the street lights on this building's wall. So that's why I have pushed some yellow on the lower part of the buildings. So now let's go and wait, let me just adjust this curve. This brightness is way too much, so just let me just decrease it a bit. No, that's too dull. So you know what, that is the basic benefit of using with the smart object. You can go back to your settings at any time. Alright, so now I have added some mist over there, so on the top with some reddish tone. You can see this is some reddish tone, and blues with bottom. And always, if you are pushing some colors onto something, so soft light and overlay basically is the most efficient way, or the most nicer way to blend those colors together. So that is good there. So I don't know what this can actually be. Maybe it's a blank layer, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, that layer is here, so that is not important. Now what I did, I add some blue blocks. Alright, so what I did, I painted with, like, I patched some blues here and there, and then I turned that layer into, turned it down that layer's blend mode to soft light to get that bright glow. That's okay there. And then I've added a gradient filter from transparent to black, or to black from transparent, and the style at radial, not radius, that's at radial, and the radius is like 250 pixels or something like that. So then what I did, I warmed up the image a bit. I added a yellow filter, and then I've added a color lookup, futuristic bleak, and with low value. And on this particular curve, what I did, I crushed the blacks a bit As you can see there, I've crushed the black a bit to get a faded tone, as you can see here. On and off, on and off, no, not off, on. And then I've added some brightness to my entire image. And that is basically the previous version of my image. So that is looking a bit different from this, because I've changed quite a bit, like many adjusting parameters here. I've changed some basic values, so that's why it's looking a bit different here. So just let me get rid of that layer, and let me just check, did I miss something? No, I missed nothing. Just let me trash out the extra layers. That's that. It's looking good. And just let me add some color lookup, and I'm going for the futuristic leak effect for one more time. Just tweakings. Tweaking makes an image perfect. Let's that is on and off of that particular LUT or lookup table. And I'm worried about this picture, like why I'm not getting that result. So whatever, just drop down the opacity a bit, not too much, just a bit, not the fill a bit. Drop that fill and drop that opacity, adjust it according to your taste. And that is looking good, and we can add some adjustment here. And I'm not happy with the background light. I mean, it's a bit dull, so just let me pump it up a bit. Okay, that's good to me. That's looking good. And we can add one more curve adjustment, just to push the entire brightness a bit up to see everything more clearly. That's good. After and before. And bring up a new layer and press Ctrl Alt Shift and E to stamp each and every settings to a single layer. That is basically a solid composite layer. And press Ctrl J to duplicate it. Go to Filter, Other and High Pass. Put a radius, low number radius, and we'll get this, and then change the blend mode to soft light to sharpen up the entire image a bit. That's that. That's looking good there. Okay. Alright. Alright, then again, stamp visible. Go to your camera raw and pushed out the amount of sharpening and everything there. And I'm just doing this to get a smooth look. Like you can see, if I zoom it in a bit, so you can see there everything is like smoothed a bit, everything is smoothed out a bit, and the detail is there. The detail is there, the smoothness is there. That is cool thing, right? And next, what I want to do, choose a low size brush with low value of hardness. Change the blend mode to color dots, and with low flow and low opacity, just draw the edge Just draw the edge there, like that. And what basically it will do, it will make a white light burst or a light line or something like that, some highlight lines. As the lights are coming from the cityscape and he's facing towards that, so there is a high chance that some lights will come and like bounce off from his shoulder and from his hair and will create a white bright outline of him. So that's why I'm just painting with this white on his arms and his shoulder, on his ears, here and there a bit. Don't overdo this, just subtle changes will do perfectly. And to increase the effect, we can easily duplicate the layer. We're just retouching and just try to balance the left and right part. So that's that. Just duplicate it and you can adjust the intensity of the glow or the light burst or that light outline from changing the opacity, by changing the opacity. And as you can see, I'm just painting roughly here and there just to match with the entire thing. And you can scroll through all the different blending mode to see which blending mode works perfectly for you. So that okay, and that is okay there. So I'm happy with these results. Just tweaking some values of fill and opacity. That's looking good. One more, stamp it one more time, and then go to blur, Gaussian blur, and add low radius of blur, like 1 or 2 maybe 3. Yep, 3 looks good. And change the blend mode to screen. Wow, boom. And drop the opacity obviously and the fill. So what it does, it basically adds some softness and some dreamy stuff to our video, to our image. And you can always add some text, the night life. Yes, that's okay. Position it anywhere. And let me show you a cool trick. I just want to push that text layer behind our model's head. So what I do, I'll go to that model layer, hold Control and click on that layer, and then you'll see that selection going on, and then we'll add an inverted layer mask by selecting Alt and pressing on that layer mask button to the text layer. Unchain it to move the particular word or the letter freely, and reposition it like that. Okay, that's good. And again chain it and double click on the layer to bring up layer style. And what I'll do, I'll just add a stroke, and I'm going to use a low pixel size of the stroke, and I'm cranking up the opacity. No, outside that's good. And what I'll do now, I will add a gradient stroking, so it will look more cooler. So for the dark color, I'm choosing this dark bluish, and for the light color, I'm choosing this light bluish thin. So there is a shiny to dark line going on that letters. So that is basically it for this tutorial. Hope you like it. That's all for now. Till then, take care, be safe.